A shareholder is a party that illegally owns share of a company's stock. They may also be known as a stockholder, subscriber, or member. The term shareholder, in a broader sense, is used to denote any person, institution, or company that has ownership of at least one share of a company's stocks, also referred to as equity. Such entities are partial owners of a company and are entitled to a share in the profits that the said company generates. These profits are provided to stockholders by way of dividend distribution or through an increase in stock valuation. Similarly, when the share price of a company drops due to losses suffered by it in a given year, shareholders to suffer a loss from their investment. It consequently leads to a decline in their portfolio value. Equity shareholders are the types of shareholders that own the company. They have voting rights in the company depending upon the number of shares owned by them. They have the right to question the management on the company's working. Preference shareholders are those shareholders who get preferential rights to dividend announced by a company. This means that a company has to pay dividend to preference shareholder first and then to equity shareholder. In case a company is winding up, the final payment will be made to preference shareholder before equity shareholders. Debenture holders are not the owners, but they are the creditors of the company. They do not have any voting rights. Instead of receiving dividends, they receive interest payments from the company. This interest payment is paid at a fixed rate decided between the company and the debenture holders. Debenture holders are paid first at the time of winding up since they are the creditors of the company. So this means that debenture holders are paid first even before preference shareholder. Let's know how stockholding works. An entity that controls more than 50% of a company's outstanding share is known as a majority shareholder, and they have substantial power when it comes to making key decisions for the company's operations. Conversely, entities with less than 50% ownership of a company's share are referred to as minority shareholders. Majority shareholders, in most cases, are the company's founders or their descendants. Since such entities have ownership over 50% of a company's share, they also control the equivalent percentage of the company's voting interests. As a result, majority shareholders play quite an essential role in undertaking executive decisions like appointment or replacement of board members and senior personnel like chief executive officers and such. Here it is important to note that while majority shareholders do play a crucial role in making key decisions of a company, they are not personally liable for said company's financial obligations or debts. Thus, unlike the case with partnership or sole proprietorship, a shareholder's personal assets remain safe even if the company becomes insolvent. Let's know the rights of shareholders. Control over the company's key executive decisions, like the appointment of board members, approval or dissent on potential mergers, etc. Receiving dividends, rights to look through a company's records and books, attending annual general meetings either in person or through conference calls, power to sue a company in case of misdeeds on the part of its officers or directors, entitlement on the proportionate allocation of proceeds collected in the event of liquidation of a company's assets. In case a shareholder is unable to attend a meeting, he or she has the right to vote on a company's key matters by proxy, via online platforms or mail-in ballots. Now let's know the importance of shareholder. First one is financing a company. Companies receive financing from shareholders or stockholders in lieu of ownership rights. Startups and private companies can also raise capital by way of private placements or share issues to select institutions and individuals governing a company. Board members of public companies are required to maintain transparency with the list of shareholders regarding its business condition and operation. In fact, senior executives of such companies spend a few days of each quarter discussing matters pertaining to the company's governance with market analysts, stockholders, and such entities. Control over a company. Stockholders can exercise their powers over determining who will control a company's operations. For instance, stockholders can effectively prevent takeover attempts if they believe that the offering price is insufficient. Friends, stockholder and stakeholder are not same. There is a difference. If you want to know about this, you can find a video based on this topic. You can find the link in the description, or you can press the I button to see the video of shareholder versus stakeholder. Thank you.